Hello everyone, Shivyogi here. Today I would be covering on a topic called diabetic neuropathy, and in overall video I would be covering about what it is and how it can be reduced, and what are its symptoms, and what are the types of diabetic neuropathy, and what we have solutions to reduce it, and with the help of supplementations. So to start with, people who do not know actually what is diabetic neuropathy, the name, if you concentrate, it can tell its own meaning. Neuropathy is related to nervous system of the body. So what is diabetic neuropathy? It is basically after effect of a diabetes, due to which our nervous system in the body gets damaged or gets affected. When it is getting affected because of the diabetes issue, or the person who is already suffering from it, or sometimes people do not know the symptoms of diabetes and it is left untreated, so it may take a severe form, and then along with the diabetes, people also can have their damaged nervous system in various part of body. Because nervous system is all over our body, it is not only limited to one particular organ entirely. It is in our whole body, because our whole body is made up of all nerves, which plays different functions. So when it comes to damage of nervous system, you should understand the severity of it. So what happens in diabetic neuropathy is basically when the person is having a uncontrolled sugar level or high sugar level. When it exceeds the upper limit, what happens is when it is into a bloodstream, the walls of the blood vessels starts getting narrowed down because of the effect of a high sugar level in the bloodstream. So when there is a high content of blood sugar level, and because of which there is a narrowing down of all the walls of the blood vessels, what happens is the bloodstream through which the oxygen and nutrients are transferred to various nervous system, that starts getting affected. So it is as simple as saying that when you don't have enough of food and oxygen, how can you survive? Same case is with our nervous system also, because it also needs nutrients and oxygen to function well. So when this function is getting affected, of course there will be a damage to the nervous system. So this damage can be divided based on the type of nervous system you have. As everybody knows, we have such a huge nervous system, and every part of a nerve plays a different function in the body. So depending upon the functions of the nerve, also the diabetic neuropathy is divided. So people mostly suffer from type of neuropathy called peripheral neuropathy. So this is basically or originally affecting the legs or the feet, I can say, or sometimes even the hands and the arms. So these are the basic things where it starts getting affecting. What happens in this is people start getting feeling of acute pain, or numbness, or extreme sensitivity. They don't even have sensible enough to feel what pain it is. These are the small symptoms which arise at the start when it starts getting damaged. Along with this, there is also another type of diabetic neuropathy, which is called autonomic neuropathy. So in this, what happens is it affects the functions of the functioning activities in the body, like bladder, like digestive system, or the kidneys, or the reproductive systems. All these starts getting affected, and also due to high blood sugar level also. Another one is type which is normally told as proximal neuropathy. So what happens in this is it basically affects your one certain part of the body, or the half part of the body. Maybe it is of the hip portion, or the thighs portion, or the spine portion. So these are the areas where the nervous system starts getting affected or show the symptoms of the damage. So now, what happens when this is left untreated, or what are the symptoms I can say when you suffer from these different types of neuropathy? When it comes to proximal neuropathy, basically people feel kind of weight losses also, and also we can say problem with the heart rate fluctuation. Even at the when the body is at rest, it starts getting fluctuated or becomes sudden high. And people also have increased sweating in the body. So these are the very basic symptoms when it comes to proximal. When it comes to peripheral, this one neuropathy, people start getting numbness, or I can say burning sensation, or it's irritation or the pain in the palms or the feet. And the basic thing you should take care is about the feet of your body. Now, how these can be prevented? So the simple reason being, because it has arise due to diabetic nature, you should first control your diabetes. Your sugar control should be in check. So what you have to do for this is to maintain a very strict balanced lifestyle, which comprises of regular exercise regime, and also a very clean food, which is recommended for a diabetic patient or a person who is suffering the diabetes. So a consultation of a very good nutritionist and a dietitian, or maybe a doctor, is recommended to follow a good diet plan for the diabetes, because half of the things which we eat in a form of food is into a high glycemic index. So when it comes to high glycemic index, your food content having more sugar, so that should be in control. And you should be having more protein based diet into your food. Along with this, what normally happens to prevent is, you should be having a regular checkups, at least when people are still showing early symptoms. They should have a regular checkup once in a year. And the person who is already suffering should be in a constant touch with the doctor, and the medications which he gives should be properly taken if it is at a higher level. These are the very basic things which should be there in your daily regime to monitor and to make things under control. And of course, not to forget, you should be having a less sugary content food. Sugar in the sense, less carbohydrates based food. Your diet should not be compromising almost 80 to 90% of the carbohydrates. Otherwise, the sugar levels will never go down. And also, you should avoid certain kinds of fruits. Sometimes it is best to avoid certain kinds of foods like orange or bananas, or whichever is having high sugar content. So lastly, what supplementation is required in order to maintain or reduce the diabetic neuropathy? So when it comes to damage to the nervous system or the nerves, we first recommend a very important nutritional supplement is called protein, which is normally branded as all plant protein. It contains a mix of soya protein, peas protein, and organic in nature. So what actually the function of protein is to repair the damaged cells and the already damaged nervous system. And also, because in neuropathy, what happens is you also face weight fluctuations, and weight loss will be there, and which also is a problem for your muscles. So there will be muscle loss also again towards it. So in order to have a very constant muscle mass, you should have protein intake, which is required for daily basis. And it also maintains your energy levels. So the next very important supplement I recommend is Natural B. Natural B is one of the top, or I can say on the priority basis, which should be had, because it contains all the different vitamin Bs, all the B complex vitamins. So the basic function of vitamin B is it maintains the energy levels in your body. It reduces the pain or the soreness or all the numbness because of the neuropathy. It helps in healthy functioning of the nervous system and keeps very active throughout the day. So next I can say is salmon omega. Salmon omega is basically very popular because of its antioxidant property, in which it has a anti-inflammatory properties also. So the inflammation arose due to all the damage in the nervous system can be controlled and can be brought to very limit when you have the salmon omega, because it contains omega-3 fatty acids. Along with this, we recommend biotin cherry, and biotin cherry is also again a very powerful antioxidant which helps in repairing the nervous system and helps in healthy functioning of your nerves. Last but not the least is coenzyme Q10. Everybody knows it's such a antioxidant that it directly gives or modifies or protects your energy in the cells. So it gives a basic energy to the cells of the body, and also which in turn helps in maintaining the proper nervous system and good health of your nerves. So that's all. Thank you.